She knew how much he enjoyed when she gave him a verbal play-by-play of how he made her feel. "Suck harder," she encouraged him, and the flare of pain that flashed from her nipple to her clit proved she had wandered over to the dark side in recent months. Pulling her breast from his mouth, Sam switched to the other side, watching as his lips slid around her nipple before applying an equal amount of tender, loving care to it. She didn't allow him as much time to play because, honestly, she wasn't sure she would be able to hold out if he kept it up. "Sam." His voice was rich and dark with passion, and she knew he was holding on to the very last thread of his control. "Yes?" she asked again, knowing he was going to get frustrated with her any minute now. "Honey," he tried for sweet but failed miserably. "If you don't untie me from this fucking bed, I'm going to break the goddamn headboard." Grinning, Sam slid down his body once more, making sure he felt exactly how wet he'd made her in the last few minutes. And yes, she wasn't sure how it happened, but somehow she managed to tie him to the bed. It was a wicked fantasy that was proving to be so much hotter than she originally anticipated. "I'm not finished with you yet." She hadn't been able to convince him to let her tie his legs to the bed, so she was able to use that to her advantage, pushing them wider as she slid off of his body into position between his thighs. Once again, she gripped his erection ever so slowly, sliding her hand over his velvety shaft, enjoying the way he pulsed and throbbed beneath her touch. "Do you want me to do this?" she asked seductively as she tilted her head down and placed a soft kiss on the engorged head. "Baby," Logan growled, "I'm not playing with you anymore." "Well, actually, I'm the one that's playing," Sam retorted before slipping her tongue across the slit of his penis, her eyes watching him as he watched her. "Or would you prefer I do this?" she asked before sliding her lips over the smooth head, sucking gently as she pulled him into her mouth. For the next few minutes, Sam focused on ravishing him with her tongue, using her teeth on occasion to gently scrape the underside, which once again had him trying to break free of his bonds. "Don't you do it," he warned. Sam chuckled, keeping his cock in her mouth, letting the vibrations wash over him. Oh, she knew she was pushing him too far this time. But if the past was anything to go by, she was going to thoroughly enjoy her punishment. Logan jerked against the bonds on his wrists, and Sam knew they would give at any moment, so she returned her attention to his cock, using her hand to hold him while still running her tongue down the sensitive underside until she reached his balls. "Be still, I'm not done," she told him, before sucking and licking and torturing him more than she knew he was willing. "Oh, honey, you're more than done," Logan growled before ripping the scarves that tied his hands and launching himself up from the bed, sending Sam into a fit of giggles before he had her flat on her back.
Logan wasn't quite sure how his wife convinced him to let her tie him down. The gleam in her eye had been so full of promise, and she certainly hadn't disappointed. The problem was he wasn't willing to come until he made her come first. That had become a hard and fast rule that he rarely broke. When Sam tried to pull away from him, laughing, he gripped her ankle and pulled her closer until he had reversed their roles and he was kneeling between her splayed legs. "Damn, that's pretty," Logan told her as he held her open with both hands, staring down at the soft pink folds spread before him. "Your pussy's wet, baby." "Mm-hmm," Sam agreed, spreading her legs open wider. Knowing she liked when he teased slow and easy, Logan decided to give her a taste of her own medicine. He buried his face between her thighs, using his tongue to delve deep inside of her in one quick thrust before emerging and sliding back and forth over her slit, not lingering to torture her clit the way he knew she wanted. "Logan, please." The sound of his wife begging was music to his ears. He once again thrust his tongue into her silky, hot depths, pushing deep and retreating over and over as she began to moan and writhe on the bed. "Logan." "Yes, baby?" he asked, mimicking the sweet innocence she'd doused him with earlier. "Tell me, Sam. Tell me what you want me to do to you." "Lick my clit." She'd gotten confident in the past few months, Sam had.